Welcome, my friends, to Green Park. And Green Park itself is a beautiful park, no matter what time of year you come. Welcome to September's Q&A. Hope you're all good. A massive thank you for the questions that we've had for this month. And I thought this month, let's do a little walk. So I'm going to walk from Piccadilly and I'm going to walk over towards Westminster, depending on how long we last with the questions. And let's face it, you know me better than that by now. This could last a long time. So we're going to go down the side of Green Park from Piccadilly, round by the Ritz. By the way, that's where the station sort of kicks out, just behind this coffee kiosk here. And everyone's going across the centre there towards Buckingham Palace. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go down this wide road here, which leads around the back of the Ritz, and also some posh places in Mayfair. And also, as we get down, round behind St James's Palace, Clarence House, etc. So, as they open up, I'll show that to you. But the idea of these Q&As is to answer your questions on London and London visited, but also just give you a different view on the world as we're walking through. Hello, how are you? Happy September. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, hope your summer was good. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, spring is about to spring. Or has spring sprung already? Well, who knows. But anyway, if you're in the southern one, you've got summer to look forward to. No matter where you are, Christmas is not far away. And I hope you've enjoyed our videos that we've put out so far, and especially the one from a week or so ago, Fort of a Mason. Hope you enjoyed that. Some very nice decorations in there. Nice decorations in Liberty as well. But anyway, we'll continue that sort of theme as we go through towards Christmas, as we do normally on the channel. If you're a new viewer, lovely to have you with us. We have been collecting subscribers, well, like blocks on a Scrabble board. Well, certainly the way that I go anyway, because I can never go. But anyway, it's lovely to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. If there's anything you want filmed, do let us know. Now, here we go. Now, this is sort of the back of St James's Palace. So these are all buildings you can't get at and get into, and hidden by the trees. And as we go a bit further on, there are some railings and some gates, and let's see if we can get a little sneak look through. But anyway, the idea of the walk today is, we're going to go from Piccadilly down to Westminster. It's not that far, actually, and lots of people dive down at Green Park and get the tube stop on the Jubilee line. And actually, do you know what? If you've got your walking shoes on, it's a beautiful walk down by the side of Green Park, and then we're going to cut through the middle of St James's Park, which is also beautiful. Oh, here we go. How about that? Told you we'd have a little sneak look through. There you go. Some very nicely manicured gardens. Probably going to get told off. CCTV everywhere. But there's a nice house just behind the gardens there. But we're not going to see it because it's all fenced and they've draped. Yeah, they've draped the bushes, etc., to sort of give privacy. How dare they give privacy? What is this, Central London? Yes. Now, hang on. I see a little alleyway. You thought I was going to burst into song then, didn't you? There we are. Now, that takes into a London street, but you've got some very nice houses around the back here, which look onto Green Park and onto the Mall. So, just to give you an idea, so cutting through there, you've got the various footpaths that lead from Piccadilly round to Buckingham Palace, which is over there, and we'll cross over the Mall in a minute and give you a view of that. Now, this is all part of the St James's Palace complex, and as normal in London, lots of building and lots of things going on, so interesting. And then as we come round, that's Warwick House, by the way, that they're building. Oh, here we go. That's more in an old theme. Yeah, there you go. That is definitely the back of St James's Palace. Recognise that brickwork from the other side. And then you've got the pillars and all the rest of it. This looks like a John Nash designed building because it looks very much like Buckingham Palace, sort of the feel of it and the pillars, etc. Almost sound like I know what I'm talking about. But after doing years of looking at the history of these places, you start recognising the architecture. And if it's not, I know you'll tell me in the things down below. Right, that's interesting. Now, what we have over here is, as we swing round, NBC News have decided to set themselves up in a little tent just overlooking Buckingham Palace. Now, we're not filming this, so where are we? We film it well in advance. Today is the 18th of September, okay? So I know this is going out at the end of September. But at the moment, this is day 3 of President Trump being in the UK on his state visit. And NBC have decided to set up shop. They've got a tent which is sort of overlooking Buckingham Palace, and when there's big royal events going on, sort of the whole circle piece is knocked out. But anyway, NBC have got a little tent over there. And I told you it'd be a one, didn't I? We haven't even looked at any questions yet. But what's interesting, and you guys from America, and I know there's thousands of you that watch the channel, that you're going to love this, what they've done to the Mall. Because the state visit's on. What flags have we got? Oh yeah. There you go, especially for you guys. And what we're trying to do also is stop in the middle of the Mall so you get a feel for it. But here you have the US and the UK flags intermittent all the way up and down the Mall, which is especially for the visit. There you go, and then as you go around, bang, and there is Buckingham Palace itself. There you go. Excellent. How about that for timing? There, guys. Hope you feel very patriotic with that. Lovely. There you are. All in line for the state visit. So I'm not sure whether he's going to be coming down here or not, because they've kept him over at Windsor. But anyway, they've got that all set up just in case, I'm guessing. And if he does come down, well, I dare say he'll appreciate the flag. There you go. Furling in the wind quite nicely. Right, should we get back to the matters in hand? Why not? We've got a Q&A to do. Sorry guys, I just realised 7 minutes gone and we haven't even talked about a single question. Anyway, where were we? Hello. As we were saying earlier, every month we do this. It's your chance to ask any questions about London, or the channel if you want. And that's either channel. So it's London Visited or London Visited Coffee. If you've not discovered London Visited Coffee, that's our sister channel where I sit down and review the different independent coffee shops around London. So if you've got any questions on that, please do let us know. If you're into wildlife, there you go. Mr. Squirrel, hello. And as we go around as well, there you go. You can hear the police in the background. We get all the birds. I would say wild birds. Wild, they're absolutely livid. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk through the middle of St James's, go over the Blue Bridge and head towards Westminster. Now that's interesting. It's 11 o'clock and I can hear the drums coming from Wellington Barracks, which I think signifies changing of the guard. So I'm guessing they're heading down towards Buckingham Palace for changing of the guard. And we've got an amazing video on that where we've captured that. And also the best places to stand for changing of the guard if you're coming up for that. So if I remember, there'll be a link in the top right hand corner. And if I remembered, you'll see the link. If not, there won't be a link, but you can find it anyway. Right, okay. Should we do questions? Why not? I love these. These are walk and talk. Let's just give you a view of St James's as we do. And actually, as we do, let's give you the first question. So we've got cracking questions from everyone this week, this month. And if you fancy a name check, then in the comments down below, please do put whatever question you want to ask. Big or small, doesn't matter if it's been asked already, I will answer it because we've got people joining us all the time. So, that's the wonderful lake in the middle of St James's Park. So, Nancy asked the first question. Nancy, you get the honour of the first question. And she asks, when do the Christmas markets open around London? So, we've only got a few dates so far. There we go. Hello. Thinks I've got food. Yeah. Sticking with you, I think it's better bet. There you go. They come right at you. Love it. Live interlude with animals. Right, so when do the Christmas markets open? So we've only got a couple of dates so far. So your Kingston Christmas market, that opens on the 13th of November. We've got a definite date for that. And we've also got a date for Winter Wonderland, which is the 14th of November. So 13th, 14th. Now, often before that, we have, so let's give you a shot round as I'm talking. We've also got the South Bank Christmas market. We've also got the Leicester Square and the Trafalgar Square Christmas markets. There's quite a few Christmas markets around London. So if you're coming, and one I'm intending definitely to get to this year is Kingston, because there's a couple of bits I want to video in Kingston, including something very, very old and ancient. So I might combine the whole flipping lot and go down there and go and see what Kingston Market is like. So for the first time ever, I went to Germany's Christmas markets last year, and the London Christmas markets have got nothing on that. Oh, by the way, quite often in here, you've got weddings and other bits and pieces, and people coming in for their photos. And there you go, as you see, someone's just got married. Doesn't that look nice? There you go. Love it. You never know, do you? So anyway, Nancy, back to your point. Oh dear, there is a point, honestly. Yeah, so that gives you an idea. 13th and 14th we've got at the moment, and we wait for the dates of the other ones. Christmas, likewise, whilst we're talking about Christmas starting and things like that, Carnaby Street is normally the first to go, and we know Carnaby Street will be switching on their lights on the 6th of November, which normally coincides with Oxford Street. And we also know that Covent Garden will be switching their lights on the 12th of November. So there you go. And Nancy, I've got a funny feeling, are we meeting that day for a coffee? Might well be, you never know. But anyway, that's Covent Garden, and that is on the 12th of November. Right, Blue Bridge going across the middle of the lake here at St James's, absolutely beautiful. That end you have Buckingham Palace, and then you swing round, and this end you've got down to Horse Guards, straight down there beyond the fountains. Looks like the Pelicans are on the rock as well, and you've got the London Eye behind Whitehall. Okay, let's continue going. So many questions. And we've already done 12 and did one question. Right, okay, let's get through. So, Nancy, hope that helped on that one. Right, excellent question from Luana. Thank you. And she says, for every 5 minutes of video you film, how many minutes of editing do you have to do on average? Oh, what a question. Right, whilst I show you the leaves and autumn starting to hit London, let me sort of answer that question for you. So it all depends on the video. So a video like this one now, where I'm shooting and talking, actually doesn't take much editing at all. So this video is probably going to end up about 3 hours. I'm joking, it's not going to end up 3 hours long, but it's probably going to be 20 to 30 minutes long, I'm guessing. Edit-wise, this is going to take me probably about 30 minutes to edit. The voiceover is done. I've got a clip, mix, add titles and various other bits and pieces to it. Listen through, just especially for places where I said, oh, there's a link in the top right hand corner, and I probably forget, so might forget that, so it depends how good my concentration is, and I do that on double speed. There you go, giving you some secret hints here. And I use Adobe, what do I use? Pro. So Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro for my video editing, love it. And for my voiceover work, in the voiceovers and bits and pieces I do, I use Adobe Audition. That looks like that could be an old water pump of some kind. Anyway, in the middle of St James's. Let's go over this way. So it depends. So I've also, whilst I've been in London today, shot a video where I've filmed it all on my phone because I've gone into a department store. I can't get out my professional camera, which I'm using now, in a department store because they don't want you filming. But if you film it on a normal phone, not a problem. All of which are 4K, so they give you brilliant quality anyway. But that will take me, and I'm guessing that video is probably going to end up about 15 minutes long. Don't want it to be too long. The Christmas decorations at Fortnum & Mason, and you'll be able to have a look back and see how long it is. I'm guessing that's probably going to take me a good hour and a half. And the reason for that is stitching the video together, getting it in the right order. Also, the voiceover work. So, doing the voiceover over the top, putting the music behind it. So it really does depend. So for that, for 15 minutes, hour and a half, there you go, I'll let you work it out. That's what, 1 in 6. So for every minute, that's 6 minutes of edit. So it really does depend. Some of the walks and talks that I do, that's why I love doing it. They're so quick and easy, give you a view of London, but actually, editing wise, not a lot. There you go. Luana, fantastic question. By the way, guys, if you're watching this and any of you are thinking of starting up a YouTube channel on your own favourite subjects, just send me a note if you want to connect. More than happy to help. I learnt probably the hard way. I didn't make contact with any other creators because I thought no one would be interested in helping me. But I'm there for you. So if anyone's thinking of creating a channel and wants a bit of help, then don't hesitate to drop me a comment down below. As also, if you've got any questions and anything you want to ask. Right, how about this? The pelicans are in and they're on the rock. Okay, so that's the pelicans. Cool, how about that? Quite often, they're not there. So there you go, bit of a bonus. Right, okay, so we're heading through St James's Park. We've got Duck Island over that way. And then as we swing round, we've got Whitehall. And we're going to walk up towards Parliament Square. And we've only got 30 questions left to go. No, I'm joking. You can see how long is left to go on this video. Right, okay, next one. Michelle asked, a couple of brilliant questions as well from Michelle. Are there any dog parks in London? Do you know what? I didn't think there were. Now, you've got parks where you can take your dogs, and actually I brought Dougal, our dog, up here about 3 years ago, and he had a mad time running around Hyde Park. Absolutely loved it. But there's quite a few dog parks in London, scattered all over. Actually, do you know what? When I counted them, there was 15 of them, 15 dog parks, which is brilliant. So if you've got a dog, bring it to London, plenty of dog parks, plus also all the Royal Parks are dog friendly, as long as you keep them on the lead. Okay, that's the key bit, keep them on the lead and everyone's happy. By the way, that noise is someone cutting the grass here in the Royal Parks. Very nice. So yeah, dog parks all over, Camden, even around in central London as well. So yeah, dog parks there. And Michelle also asks, are there any special events in London that celebrate autumn, such as fall festivals and chili cook-offs? So in answer, no. We don't have any chili cook-offs, by the way. What a lovely view with Big Ben. Just gone at 11 past. So that's helping me keep an eye on the time because I've got an appointment coming up very, very shortly. Ooh, never noticed that one before. Stories Gate Cafe. That could be a place that we're going to have to come and film at some point soon for coffee. Amazing. I think we'll have to come down here. That looks very nice. Although it might be push button coffee. But anyway, and that takes you down towards Horse Guards. Trying to give you your views and talk to you and answer the questions at the same time. Failing on answering the questions. Right, so your question which was, so special autumn events. So nothing like that. What we do have is we've got Halloween. Of course, we've got Halloween events and various other sort of festivities that happen during autumn on that one. I think our big one has got to be Guy Fawkes, which is a very English thing, happens on the 5th of November. And it's to commemorate the fact that Guy Fawkes instigated the gunpowder plot and tried to blow up the king at that time. I think it was King James in the Houses of Parliament, but was discovered beforehand. And then Guy Fawkes was sent off to the Tower. He was tortured, signed a declaration to say he was behind it all, and was hung, drawn and quartered for the pleasure of it. But anyway, every year we have a fireworks night, hence the gunpowder, and we have that on the 5th of November. There's firework displays up and down the country. You can buy fireworks and have your own private display. So that is definitely a big autumn celebration. Oh, and also, as borrowed from another country, borrowed from Germany, we also have Oktoberfests. So basically, beer guzzling, and we have those all around London. So if you fancy getting involved in that, I did go to one once. Actually, it was quite good fun. Lots of music, lots of beer drinking, also pretzel eating, etc. But they've definitely got one in Camden this year, and they quite often have one over in the Docklands around Greenwich as well. So there you go, they have those over there. Lovely, great questions, Michelle. We don't have chili cook-offs here. or if we do, they're kept very quiet, and we might find out about them a bit later. Right, let's give you a swing round. We're coming up to Parliament Square, and as we come up to Parliament Square, you've got the amazing Palace of Westminster and the Queen Elizabeth Tower there, otherwise known as Big Ben. But just as a reminder, Big Ben is actually the bell, which is just stops people hitting the keyboard and going, oh, sorry. This is a great place for a photo opportunity when people aren't here, because people are standing in front of the phone box as well. So it just gives you an idea there. Although there's plenty of red telephone boxes around London, which is a perfect link to our next question, which came from Luana. She said, who keeps up the beauty of the retired red phone booths and the red postal boxes? So the ones that are in use, like these ones we're just walking past here, is down to British Telecom, who is the national provider, and Ofcom as well, who are the watchdog that overview. So these ones will be maintained by them. If they're privately owned, the private providers actually do. Oh. There you go, it's 1:15. Chime for 1:15. Now, if it's privately owned, believe it or not, you can privately own or lease one of the phone boxes, which lots of people do. They put defibrillators in there. I've also seen mini libraries, so sort of book swaps, etc. And you can do that from £1. Right, so we're at the end of Whitehall. There you go, you've got the Palace of Westminster over there, and the flag flying. And Laurie's coming round the corner. And normally I thought I'd take a jump and go over there, but I'm not. So, yeah, from £1 is the nominal fee that they charge if you want one. So there you go. Post boxes, they are not privately owned. They're all owned by the Royal Mail, but the telephone boxes definitely can be. And I didn't realise until I did that research that you can get them for £1, which is quite incredible. But I'm guessing there's lots of terms and conditions, and you've got to do the upkeep and keep it in a good way and not vandalised, etc. So with it, I guess, comes great responsibility. Sounds like a Spider-Man movie quote, doesn't it? Anyway, there you go, gives you that one. Right, next one comes from Jane. So Jane B, and Jane B asked, right, big one this one, best walks in the East End that will tell a story about those who lived and worked there in the 19th century. Wow. One example might be the tobacco trade. Others could be woodworkers, furniture cabinet makers, or silk weavers. And what might a young widow with small children do to survive, other than prostitution? Also, where do you find early buildings that were not destroyed in the Blitz? So many questions, so little time. Jane, do you know what? It is. I'm going to hold that one because I'm going to do some research on that. So East End-wise, I know you can do the Jack the Ripper tour, but that doesn't answer all that. That's more for other reasons as opposed to daily way of life. So leave that with me. I'm going to bring that one back in October, so you're going to get a double name shout on that, because some really good questions in there, but ones I need to have a look. I'm guessing there will be tours, but I'm going to have a look and see what I can generate and see what we can get from there. Lovely. Right, whilst you're looking at the Palace of Westminster, we are now outside Westminster Tube Station here, and coming up to Westminster Bridge. And the final question for this month, September, remember, if you want a question answered for future months, and our next one will be at the end of October, so Christmas will be around the corner, then do drop your comments or questions in the comments below, or any other comments, because I'll pick up all the comments, read all the comments, and respond or acknowledge all comments. Even though we probably get 20 to 30 comments a day, and the number's increasing, so love it. So please do respond, so do let us know. Right, okay, last question as I queue up to cross over here, the end of the embankment, just underneath the wonderful Queen Elizabeth Tower. I'm with a green light. So last question is, during the May Rose festivals and displays, are there any prizes for competitions, says Luana. So you've got stuff like the Chelsea Flower Show, and they have the Chelsea Flower Show. There you go, let's just give you a sweep round here. Chelsea Flower Show you've got prizes for best decorations, etc., which are great. And also we've done Belgravia and also Chelsea in Blooms, and they also have prizes for best in blooms, etc. as well. Apart from that, there may well be other localised competitions which have prizes, etc. as well. Not that I'm aware of, but they're the big ones, so there you go. That's probably the big ones. I'm guessing there's lots of other garden and other bits and pieces. Of course, if you're going gardens, Kew Gardens is definitely, without a doubt, a fantastic place to be. And let's just go here, because here gives you the view round the South Bank. And there you go, London Eye. That's the old London, Greater London Hall Council. Then as we swoop round, and if you fancy seeing the views from Westminster Bridge, I've got a video on that one. But there you go, you've got the Palace of Westminster there. So once again, there you go, with that behind me, the lovely London Eye. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments down below and I will answer them next month. Thank you, fantastic questions. Jane, I'm going to come back on your ones, but really, really appreciate it. And guys, as always, thanks a million. Now, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to put a link to Westminster Bridge and the views you get probably from one of the busiest bridges in London if you're walking backwards and forwards, so you can get the full lookout. And that's in the top right-hand corner. So if you click on that, I'll see you in there. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.